Good morning. I am here making recordings for you because you are about to start your field class today as a generalist student in our program. And so I want to take some time to just go over the timesheet portion, specifically in Tevera. This is going to be what you see as your dashboard when you come in, and it's a learning area on Tevera. So you have the opportunity to click on learning space here, and you can go in here and get basics and trainings in almost every area as a student by just simply clicking. There's videos. There's also some just written works that you can look at to learn from. Very helpful resource, the learning space. Then you also have site placement space, and you can browse through and you can look. You should be able to be tied to your site placement in here. And if you're not, please let your field coordinator know. If I go back to this home space, assignments are in here. This is going to populate, and you're going to see if you have an assignment started or not started, if you're waiting on something from someone, so that you can keep on top of all of your works. There's also a little corner up, it looks like an envelope, by your initials at the top part of Tevera on the right. And this is where you can send and receive emails. You can see here's a compose a message, a note, or a task. So it's a great little place for you to become familiar with and keep track of all of your field things. If we enter timesheets here, it says you've already been associated to this track for the assignment in your generalist cohort. But this is not the correct track. So I would say you've already been assigned. Continue tracking your hours here. Let's say use track now, but I'm going to go in here and request, if that happens to you, that you switch it over to Pueblo weekly timesheet and click there. You're in the MSW program. So where it says program, that one looks fine. MSW. Okay. Then the site, we're just going to call it the clinical site or the clinical training site because all of you are at different locations. And then your supervisor, you can have a drop-down menu here and you can select. It should be available to you to select the person that you are actually tied to that we've talked about there. So this more action space, you can do things like view, track progress, run a report, and manage tracks. You probably won't need that or spend time there. This is a way to track monthly. There's a weekly, a day, agenda, and then there's track. I prefer this track method personally because it's simple. You just click on the plus button. I'm going to say I spent 1 hour. My start time was 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay. And then I'm going to say I can make it repeat if I know I'm going to do the same thing every time I come in, but I don't need to. I can do this at the end of each day. This was reviewing the agency materials, policies, and community settings, etc. I might have engaged with an individual the same day, so I can add that in as well and say that I did 3 hours of that. So I was engaging with individuals from 8:45 to 11:45. Okay. And this is set up for January 22nd to January 28th of 2023, which is this week. So once I'm done putting my hours in, you see for this day, and I can go through the whole entire week, it'll just keep saving them as I go. Then the next thing I'm going to do is, maybe I did the same thing. Let's see if I copy it to a new date, because I did the same thing later or earlier. I could say on the 21st, I did the same thing. Interesting that I can't move forward, but can move backward. Anyway, Filling this out is not my last step for filling out my timesheet. The next step would be to go into my assignment area, and there I need to find the weekly timesheet that I was just working from, which, if we can remember, January 22nd to 28th, right? So January 22nd to the 28th. Okay, here we go. It says not started. I can start. Going to put my date range in, which was January 22nd to the 28th. It's green. That means I did it correctly. It would stay red if it was incorrect. The track we signed up for, if you remember, is the 588, 589. If I did this, it's showing that it's okay, but it's not. So make sure you do that part. The site supervisor, goodness gracious, that's my field instructor. And when I'm working out in the field, I'm going to just pick a name here. I'm going to say Elizabeth Saunders is my field instructor. She actually is one of our field instructors and oversees some students we have on campus. Then our program faculty is going to be, I'm not sure if this class is going to be Dr. Richmond or Professor Pacheco, but either way, you put the person that they tell you to right there. And our program is the MSW program, and then I can send it for signatures. I can put my password in right here first, and that's my signature. Let's see if this works. Sign and send. Yes. And so then that should go off to either Dr. Richmond or Professor Pacheco. I'm waiting on, or first it's going to go to your field instructor. I'm sorry, you can see it says waiting on Elizabeth Saunders. That's the next step. But after her, it's going to go to the next. So the next time after she signs it, if it still says waiting on, it's going to show you the next person. So I hope this helps you this morning as you're getting started. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out on anything that's Tevera related to me directly. I think I'm a little bit more familiar with it most of the time as the field coordinator than our field liaisons are. I wish you the best. Have a great day.